Okay, the time is now 7 o'clock. I'd like to call this Economic Development Commission meeting to order for Thursday, July 18th. I'm going to do a roll call. Tom Sienkiewicz.
June Gagne.
Any additions to the agenda? No. Okay. Next item, item D, approval of the minutes, June 20th, 2024. Should all have copies of those, sent out and reviewed.
I didn't see any issues.
I have not either.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from June 20th.
Okay, motion and a second to accept the minutes from June 20th, 2024. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. All right, item E, public participation.
I looked through a piece of paper there.
Okay. So what we have is a letter of resignation from member Ava Colonna from the Economic Development Commission, effective immediately, July 18th, 2024. Thank you. Regrettably, but thank you. Okay. Next up, we are on item F, reports.
Okay, so I gave everyone the new report for this month. We did have a few changes in current applications. We received the USDA Rural Business Development Grant. That is for Lions Park amenities. This will be for benches, trash and recycling receptacles, upgrading the current bike rack we have. We've signed the contract so we can officially start spending. Title III Senior Resources, that came in. We've been awarded $30,600. This will fund the foot care clinic that they do and the transportation program. We have a recreational trails grant. We have two right now of $10,000 and $52,000, so a total of $62,000 for planning and design. We are waiting on the grant contracts to be signed before we can start anything for that. Our first step will be going out to bid for someone to do the designing. We just applied today for the Jewish Savings Bank Foundation grant. We are doing senior recreation because Title III had limited funding this year, so they were not able to award our recreation programs for seniors, which is our charity event and Let's Get Moving. We offer that for free for our seniors with a donation recommended. So our goal is to get that continue to be funded. We'll hear about that one December 2024. For our current projects that are going on, we still have the intrarural DCD grant. We have $60,000 from our original $200,000 remaining, and then the town just approved the $300,000 EPA money for that same project. We have Tyler Bond, who is doing all of the cleanup still. They have a plan, so all that money will be expensed probably quickly. The Eastern Regional Tourism District grant, that is for the Explore Plainfield brochures that people got mailed. That grant has been spent and fully closed out. We closed out our $75,000 mentor grant that has been going on for about 3 years. We closed it out May 31st. All the paperwork and surveys have been officially completed. Our first phase of the after-school grant has been completed, so we spent $71,634 to run an after-school program. On July 1st, that reset for another $71,000. So now we have another $71,000 to spend by June 30th of next year. Lions Park projects, as you can see, we have started some more stuff in that. So we have our fitness court up. Then we have the basketball court is poured, but there's no lines yet. We are currently working on getting everything we need to get that squared away and then planning for an opening of both of those projects. Our next step after that would be the lights. So we have lights around like the basketball courts and on the walking track. And then Shepherd Hill sidewalks, that project started this week. So if you are driving on Shepherd Hill, I recommend maybe avoiding that road because they will be working on the sidewalks.
They stopped at the wall. That wall has to be moved, right?
There's a pinch point area that is causing a problem. They have to have it ADA compliant, at least 36 inches wide. If it doesn't meet that, then we're going to have to work out something with the Brookwood laminating because it's their wall.
That happened, well, it happened up a little further, right?
Yeah. We have to be careful of moving that wall because anything we move into an environmental issue.
Okay.
So that's
but otherwise it's all cut out and ready to be poured, it looks like.
just ending date, would that be the third week in August?
Keep down in space, it's just the recreational trails grant I mentioned above. We haven't been able to do anything yet. We're still waiting on all the grant contracts from the state before we can start anything. The recreation master plan, that is the SIF grant that the rec department received for a planning grant. That will look at all the recreation facilities. Nothing has been started with that because we are, again, waiting on the state for some contracts to be signed. Once we get that, we'll go out to bid. Nothing has really changed in our plans. I did bold our SIF grant for interrural redevelopment because that will be the main focus as we go into fall. We'll be asking for a lot of money for interurals, so that will be our big project.
The DEC grant for that, what is that?
So that one is
What is that called?
the Community Investment Fund grant, so you can ask for a lot of money, like millions, to help with redevelopment. So it will work with like the developer, Jason, and do designing and construction of what he wants there.
And cleanup.
And
Cleanup
yeah.
is,
Yeah.
they've already started, is that what
We
you
have
said?
started,
You
yeah,
spent-
so we've spent 140,000 so far in cleanup.
So it must be, it's quiet though, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no,
In the
they're,
middle of the night.
yeah, they're pretty quiet
It
over
is,
there.
we have no idea.
Yeah, and then we still have 360,000 remaining to go towards cleanup, and they have the whole plan for what they want to do. So that's it for the
And so on
oh, which one?
Plainfield Pavilion.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're quiet.
Oh, yes, so we
Yes.
have, that's our steep grant, I passed right over it. That's our Plainfield Pavilion, that is the old Plainfield High School, right kind of below the new high school. We are currently out to bid for that project right now. We did our pre-bid conference. We had one company that had 2 representatives at the conference, so we were expecting a bid from them. They seem like a good company. They asked a lot of great questions, and they are ready to submit their bid. So they said they're going to be going up to the site quite a few more times, doing drone footage to really get the full picture of what they want to do. And that closes August 8th for the bid. So after August 8th, we'll be able to start construction. We did a design build, so they're design and building all within that $500,000 for that grant.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the postings in the Turnpike Buyer.
Yes.
So,
Yep. For the ARPA Business Grant Program, no movement. We will have movement most likely next month because my next report is due August 1st. So,
On the Lions Park project, how much time do you think is left before the completion of that part of it? The exercising
Which phase?
station. The exercising station.
the exercise is done.
That is considered
Yeah.
complete? Okay.
Yeah, we're keeping it sealed off for the time being just because of, there is a little bit more construction that needs to be done for the drains.
Mhm.
That way everything gets properly drained when it rains, or if anything floods, it won't flood either
Okay.
space. So once that's complete, we'll plan for the ribbon cutting and go from there.
Yeah, I would definitely suggest at some point, maybe it's already in the plans, to have an update, maybe some type of posting maybe on our social media clarifying what it is, what this phase is, and what's maybe to come, because I know I've been talking to a bunch of people and there's a lot of confusion because people don't follow along with the project is, so meaning like they see that and they think that that's the splash pad, or they think they're not getting the splash pad, which we know is not the case. It's just and the problem with it is that they post it and then people believe what they're saying, like, oh, so we're not getting a splash pad, or that's what that is right now, and it's like, no, that you gotta understand,
Yeah.
what phase of the project it's in, what part is completed now, and what's to come down the road. So just a suggestion there.
Social media is a good thing and a bad thing. And it seems as though we have about 25 managers of the project that we
Yes.
know about.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah, so the exercise equipment's fully done. Basketball court is just that segment of the project, that's one that we're really waiting on. Once we have the lines painted, we'll move over the basketball hoops that are currently out there onto the new poles, and we will take up the current basketball court. We don't want to remove any current until the new.
Planning is important because we don't want to take it out and then have grass seed there
Right.
roped off, because we have plenty, celebrate Plainfield Day, which we want to be able to utilize all that
Yes.
property.
Yes, that's our other, is to
Yeah.
say we can celebrate.
I just
Plainfield Day.
picture that just moving the basketball, kids playing basketball with the
Yeah.
court,
Yeah.
the new
Yeah.
court, and just,
Yeah. And then the next thing in this phase after we do the basketball court will be the bathrooms
and the lights soon.
and the lights, yeah. We have 260,000 remaining for that steep grant.
I'm hoping people watch this because
I know.
if they understand and can finish the thought of, you have the phase one, which is, as we said, will conclude with the lights, and the moving of the basketball court, and hopefully the bathroom. The stages have to go through a process where you have to design it, put it out to bid, and have the work done. Phase two is a lot more work where we're working on the end of the lot, has a raised stage for concerts. Another pavilion area for shade to watch those concerts, and then the splash pad and parking. Because the parking is a large component as well. You're going to close off reservoir and reservoir extension. When they're closed off, there'll be a reconfiguration of the parking area. So we have to go through the steps of going through for a P&Z for those items as well. And also we have to look for the funding. So we're trying to imagine how we'd be able to go after another steep grant. We have to expend all of that first monies, then to apply for the second. And this is a reminder for the public, so if you're going for a steep grant, in this particular case, you have to have a town match. So if you're looking for $500,000, you have to come up with a town match. Fortunately for the steep programs we've applied for and received, we were very fortunate. For the high school annex to be taken down, it cost $500,000, which you utilized for the match to put and voted for in our budgets for this portion of the $500,000 for this part one of the Lions Park reconstruction. Part two will require monies coming from the general fund if approved by the public. So, and there's other ways to do that. I did try to explain to people that whether you're utilizing the monies left over from the sale of the initial doctor's offices on Plainfield Road, use that money towards the actual construction phase for part two, or if it was the sale of monies from the cell tower. At this point, I'm just pulling back on that right now. Properly going to look for a steep grant, and then asking the public in a meeting to approve the $500,000 coming out of the fund balance for that. So we still plan on doing all of the rest of the continuation, no matter where you get the money and how it's approved.
All right, anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay. Questions or comments from the members on any of the projects or grants? No. All right, moving on to now item B under old business, which is marketing. The one thing I know we talked about the last meeting was the swag bag. Where did we end up looking at for pricing? What would it be for?
It was $6 bag, we have ordered them.
Okay, so that's what we'll go for, $6 a bag.
Yeah.
We have to decide too, what to charge and then what we're gonna donate,
Yeah.
and who we're
Yeah,
gonna donate to.
exactly.
So we have to decide that too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll let everyone know once they come in.
Um,
June, did you have any?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. And then obviously this, like you had said, this has been sent out. I know this is very helpful information that's in here to help market the town, so it was good that that went out.
The only complaint I had was I can't see it.
Can't see it.
No, I have to get a magnifying glass. Or Coke bottle glasses, I think. I actually can't, it's actually blurry. It's so tiny to me. I think I need to, yeah, I'll have to. You're young. I mean, you trouble seeing it? I can't see it. I absolutely cannot read it.
We did take off for businesses to visit. I decided to take off Dunkin', McDonald's, Wendy's. I mean, they are high traffic
Yeah.
businesses, but they get enough.
But they're franchise.
Yeah.
I understand that.
if
that's a
people
good
want them,
idea.
they know where to find them.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
all about, so I took all of them off and added other local businesses that.
Is this online?
Not yet, but we will be getting it
Okay,
online.
that will help me.
Yeah.
I'll be able to see it.
Yeah, so if you go on the economic development page, the old one is still
Okay.
there, but once I get the new PDF, we're gonna link it to there.
Okay.
So that way you can zoom in on it and it should be very clear.
Okay, thanks.
Shannon, why don't you can explain what you'd like to do for next year versus this?
Oh yeah, so this, I mean, these are great, but they are expensive.
Mhm.
I
So
know
the
that.
total for this was $7,600. We did get a grant to cover a portion of it, and then the
Yeah,
marketing budget for
Yeah.
economic development is what covers the remainder. I think they're great, but I don't think it needs to be an annual thing. I
Mhm.
think every other year,
Mhm.
that way we can update businesses. Some businesses, like from this year to last year, some businesses went out of business,
You
you're not
know, wait
here.
till the big ones are open.
Yeah,
And do it again. It'll be
exactly, and then we can kind of change things as we go, and then it is also hard deciding colors, how are you gonna make it different from last year.
Mhm.
So I've been thinking that we're gonna do kind of more videos of like promoting the town. We can even hire a videographer with this same grant. They do cover any photography or videos. And then having someone highlight all of our recreational trails, the parks, businesses. We can link it to our website, have it on, kind of have a more interactive website too. So on different homepages, we could highlight different things, have different headers.
That's good.
Have you looked into the pricing on those?
It is expensive, but I think it'll be worth it to have a video that we can share, because people will watch videos.
Mhm.
A lot of times they have the most interaction on social media, and so I figured we'll get a lot of quotes from different people, and see where they price at.
We kind of underutilized our town website and our town Facebook page. And we were talking about this just this week, how the town website can be much better, especially for marketing the town. And so we're looking at other towns that do that, and there are whole sections that we can actually put in there that we have not taken advantage of. And I think working together, there's probably like 5 of us that'll sit down and do a new training with the company, giving ideas of how other towns have done it. Some pages for other towns have a floating video right on the front page of what your town is. Welcome to Plainfield, these are the things that they offer. Drone footage to show you what the villages look like, what to do's. So it helps to promote the town in a better format. So any marketing ideas you have, I'd appreciate, and once we get going on this, we'll like to share that with you, see what your ideas are.
Yeah, I think marketing is a good idea. Because people will take time.
Yeah.
The last time I did have a communications coordinator that would make announcements through videos. Is that something that there could be potentially funding for that within Plainfield someday?
Funding for Plainfield.
Seriously.
Even at a part-time level, you know, I mean, managing your social media and communications with all this stuff here.
Yeah.
I mean, we would like to do that. Right now, we multitask. I mean, Shannon's doing multiple things at the same time. As we grow, though, we get more revenue coming in from other businesses that'll help us in our budgeting. I think that might be a good idea to move that way.
But where's the website? What platform do you use for the website?
I think it's all through Revise.
Revise is the name of the company, Revise.
Oh, you.
We subcontract them out.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and so there's an annual fee we pay for them to maintain the system.
Okay.
And if there's multiple large pages that they're looking to redo, we're looking to redo, they usually have someone that works to do that.
Okay.
Smaller pages we can do, but we're getting more training on how to do that.
Yes, if any of you are looking at the website and there's something you don't like, just make a list, send an email, and then we can bring it up in our.
And I think the email I sent out to the smaller group inside the town hall is something I can share with you, because those links are to the other municipalities throughout the country and how they do their website. And some are geared more towards marketing to town. The history of the town is also important too, because it talks about each of the villages. I think that would be a good thing to do, like your tour of your company, or what was this village and how did it grow? Same thing with all of your other villages like Noosa. How did it actually become to be? How did it grow? What does it look like now? That ties you into other things like what are the availabilities over there? What are the availabilities for buildings here? It makes it so now we have one more piece we're just about done with putting together a tool that shows you available sites or available buildings, and you can link it right to the realtors who have a page ready to go, and their links are helpful because if you're using Google Map, it'll show you where it is, and then a link to the actual realtor to show you what the building looks like internal and outside.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Historical Society, we have not updated our website in a long time, so that is something that we're working on. Because right now, there's like some updates on there from 2014. Was like the last time it got some upgrades, so we're working on it. But in the meantime, it would be nice to have something up, with some current information about some of the history. But down the road, what would be nice is if we can get our website up to snuff with the Historical Society, and then we obviously have a link to send them to update the website. All right, anything else under marketing? No? All right, moving on to item C, Business of the Year nomination form. So Shannon emailed that out to us, and we got hard copies here. I know we had discussed the changes, and they look pretty good to me.
So the only thing I did change when we talked about was we originally said October 1st. I did to the 7th to allow an extra week for applications to come in.
Yeah.
Because I figured we're going to be meeting anyways. Let me see. It would be October 17th for that month. So I was like, we don't really need the 1st, we can have that other week for a buffer. And if by doing the 7th, we have that if anyone mails. I will not be here for the October 17th meeting. That was when I went on vacation. But
There was a digital survey as well.
yeah, so I also sent the Google form. So what we'll do with that is once we get the okay that you think this is good, the Google form has the same exact questions. I can post it on our Facebook. We can get it out that way. And then we'll bring this, we'll have it to town hall, we can bring it to businesses just to keep them there if people want to do it, and they can either hand it in to me, email it, whatever they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, with the changes on here, I'm good with it. I think it's pretty good as it is. What I think that we as members should do is in the next 2 months, should definitely maybe reach out to certain businesses, and that's something that I thought about. Maybe we could send out an email, with some suggestions on it. Businesses that we're not obviously going to the same ones, but I think it's a good idea to think about. What are some businesses here and get the information necessary.
Like stop there and bring food to them, so
Yeah.
that they can hand them out.
Yeah, because I know there's some that they probably don't follow along, like they didn't realize we had a form, so
Right.
give them the updated one and be like, here, this is, I know you've been doing business here for a long time, we appreciate everything you do, and so maybe consider a nomination. I think that like one-on-one interaction will maybe help trigger, as opposed to us just kind of waiting,
Yeah.
for
Right,
them
and
to
they're not
come
gonna,
in.
you have to go to people.
Yeah.
You really do, you have to go to the person.
So, yeah, maybe something could be like, if you, approach a business, and I'll certainly, we keep each other in touch, like if you'd like, I could hit La Cantina, the Brook, so if I do that,
Right,
then I'd say that nobody else necessarily has to go to that same one, you can go to a different one.
Yeah.
Longo's Pizza, he's done a lot for the community, in the short time he's been here.
Okay.
When would you like us to start advertising? That's
I think right away.
really? Okay.
Yeah, you've got it on the website, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so we'll start it this week.
okay.
Yeah, so like share it on town social media.
Yeah, I'll create a flyer, so when we post it, it's like an image that will catch people's attention, and then
Yeah.
we'll link the survey right there.
I'll also bring it up at the next PBA board meeting, because we have discussed it there before.
And then we can have a table at Celebrate Plainfield Day and have these there as well.
Yep.
Because then people can fill it out right there and just hold it.
Yep.
And sell our lives then too.
Yeah, good opportunity.
Yeah.
So we have a couple more meetings before then?
Yes, we'll have one,
September.
maybe We'll have 2 meetings,
Two
August and
meetings.
September.
Yeah.
So we'll have time to pick up.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Yeah,
Thursday, right
pick a
before.
recipient of the sales of the bags.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we have 2
Can
more
you say
meetings.
that again? I'm sorry, what's the thing?
Oh, for the sale of the bags, and then what we make on it goes to a
Oh,
charity.
yeah.
So we have to pick a charity. So they'll give us 2 more meetings
Mhm.
before September 10th.
Yeah.
Okay. When is the 12th?
September 21st.
Oh, September.
Yeah. So we meet that Thursday, so then that Saturday,
Mhm.
we're gonna celebrate Plainfield Day, so we're
Okay.
meeting it right before. So yeah, I'm good with it. I don't know if there's any comments or anything else from the members, but I think we're good with the form. All right, that was it under old business. Next item under new business, reviewing of the EDC bylaws. I was thinking we could probably continue this. This could be something that we have on the agenda, for future meetings too. It wasn't necessarily something that we had to have done by this month, but I also would like Carrie, or
Right.
Carrie to obviously be present and give us her 2 cents on the bylaws if she has any suggestions. But please continue, taking a look at it if there's anything.
I have a question already, maybe we can find out or you know it right away. The first paragraph, membership, the term, this was made originally based on whatever was maybe in the charter,
Mhm.
and it has the years, the 7 members, the years, the terms, they're all different.
Yeah, that I
Can
never
that be changed,
understood as
or-
far as why they were all different. Like,
Generically, when you have a commission or a board and you have like, let's say 7 members, you don't want it all 7 starting at the same time and all 7,
They're all
instead,
going at the same
yeah,
time.
you want to have a rotation, that way you have some expertise that follows throughout the years. So that's why there's
Do we need that still in the bylaws?
Yeah.
That was the only thing I had seen right away that I was curious.
Did we want to address the compensation?
Yeah, that was the thing we brought up
Oh,
at
yeah,
the
that's
meeting
right.
is that, for like the niche, it certainly, makes sense, but it's not exactly clarified or explained that way
Too long.
currently in the bylaws. So I think just having a couple sentences there, clarifying that would be
Who
a
corrects,
discussion.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that same thing.
who makes the corrections to bylaws? Is it us?
You do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do. It says so in the bylaws somewhere, doesn't it? And we should, yeah.
Because you're voting on it, your bylaws.
adoptions.
And then we just retype it and submit it to the town clerk?
Well, we could take, there is no compensation. Members of the commission may receive no compensation for their services.
Right, the thing is we have a situation where we do have a member right now who is, but, and so I think it would just be helpful to people to understand that it's not that, she's receiving it as a member, she's filling the position of recording secretary. So that's the only exception that it could be. Otherwise, if you're not in the position of a recording secretary to receive that piece of compensation, you couldn't receive it for any other way as a member.
So we should write it in there, right? Just as you said it, so with an exception of members filling.
Yeah, if somebody is a recording secretary.
And I had a question about the annual report, which I don't remember ever doing.
Yeah, I've looked up annual reports where there's a section from.
In
For
preparation.
many years, it was never reports from any of the boards and commissions.
Yeah.
And I wanted to include that so that the public knows what every board does.
Yeah.
So I've asked each and every board to come up with an annual report. What did you do this year? What were your goals and what were you able to accomplish? So that's pretty basic.
But now for this past year, I don't know, what was your cutoff for getting the reports from the boards and commissions? 'Cause I know we didn't meet consistently.
Yeah, consistently, you're looking to have them in because you'd like to have them in by the end of November, I think it is.
Right.
And that way you can put the annual audit report with the boards and commissions and departments as a one single report. Obviously, this year was, you guys were way ahead,
Right.
waiting for the audit to get done.
And do we do the budget? Well, it says 5-1, it says preparation of budget, doesn't say.
Yeah, you don't have a budget.
Okay.
It's really just, if you take a look in the town budget itself, there's boards and commissions. All those boards and commissions would pay for the minutes to be created. So that's all it is. You don't have to do any budget whatsoever.
I would guess the only thing that would be there is if the commission discussed and said they would like funding for something, some amount, that we would have to make that request, obviously, to you.
Early through the process.
Yeah, through the process, right. Not that I see that happening in the future, but I guess it's just good to know if there was something that comes up, we would just make the request, discuss it at a meeting, and make the request, send it to the first selectman, and then it would be discussed in the budget process.
Because you work directly with economic development, you would be, you have a request like, you were talking about how much it costs to make these flyers. If you have something in particular you'd like to do instead and utilize that money for that item, then discuss it and go through Shannon.
Yeah. So yeah, like going forward, so when the deadline comes, if it's in like November, we'll at least have something, all the minutes that we're documenting our meetings, our progress on certain things. I would make a quick summary about that, obviously submit it in time for the next deadline. And then hopefully we won't be in a position again where we'll have this gap of not having meetings for all the time.
Just to revisit something I mentioned already, but under marketing, hypothetically, you took the monies from this year because you didn't take any money for the, doing the minutes prior to this. And we took, was it $660, right, basically, out of that line. But in the future, you want to put marketing as a tool with the swag bag, and you take some of that money out of marketing, because that's what you're using it for. You're using it to market the town for different events and things that are happening. So that's how you would utilize the money's request for that.
Yeah, so that was a couple of things that, we certainly discussed, but like I said, I think we'll keep this on for the next meeting, and hopefully Carrie will be here at the next meeting, and we can
Okay.
touch on this.
Sorry, I think so I want to go through G, under 2.1, it just sounded strange to me, just to make sure if it's a typo. The commission may designate from among its members and executive and other committees, it's supposed to be and executive.
Which section of the
G, under 3.1, duties.
Okay.
The commission may designate from among its members and executive and other committees, each consisting of 2 or more commissioners. Is that supposed to be and, maybe? Maybe?
Copy it.
Yeah, let's get to it.
A-N versus and.
Okay. Thank you. Small correction.
Yeah, we're always making those kind of.
What I can do is I will go in and edit the recording secretary line. I can fix the typo. And then at our next meeting, when Carrie's here,
Do you have a
we
draft?
can, so I'll do a draft for you guys for the next meeting. When she's here, we can decide if there's anything else, and then you guys can adopt it whenever everything's finalized.
So you're gonna make those corrections?
Yeah, I can do it, because I have PDFs, I can convert it back to Word and edit.
I have that too,
Do you? It's such a cool software, I love it. I can convert Word to PDF, PDF to Word.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you changing this? You're changing 2.
Yeah, so I'm
It's gonna
gonna,
say what?
so that the recording
It says
secretary.
recording
Yeah,
secretary.
it'll specify recording
Okay,
secretary.
this is one commission that has to have a recording secretary.
Yeah, some of them have it, some don't, so I don't know what the other bylaws are about their compensation
Yes.
rules. But that way, we explicitly say recording, that way it's not just secretary,
Yeah.
it's recording secretary.
And maybe you could, you could put the word if, because it may not always happen. I have thought about that too. This is, for the time being, this is the way it's going to work. But if a member of the commission were to hold the position of recording secretary, then that member, because they hold that position, could secret. Otherwise, yeah, there's no other.
That has to be in the bylaws?
You could even put a definition of what a recording secretary is within your bylaws, so that it's very clear.
Definition.
One other thing I just noticed here, because we've talked about this in the agenda, is on the agenda, the way it would go of order, so this is under the 1.4 section. We call the meeting to order and then we would do roll call.
Yeah.
So right now it just does call to order and then approval of minutes, that would be inserting
Yeah, we can have
roll call.
I would take out the 3-minute time limit on public participation. I don't know why that's in
I
there.
don't think
I've
we're
never
running
seen
that issue
anyone,
of
yeah.
having an overwhelming
So
amount
I
of
could go
people
filibuster?
having to limit.
No, eventually the chair would, say something
Yeah.
probably. I don't know why they put
Yeah, no, it's true, public participation would just be there for
Yeah.
itself.
kind of insulting. There was a guy that came last time and right, a couple of times back, and he was fascinating. He had a business and he was telling us what he needed,
Yeah,
and, so it,
yeah, no, that's true, that is.
an old business, new business, I guess it's just. What did you leave just don't take the adjournment out.
I wouldn't mind seeing, tasks to be done for us, or, something at the end of what we do as a commission when we walk away from this meeting, review bylaws, and then put in, at the bottom, what we need to do before we come back to the next meeting. Oh, we're talking, I'm so sorry, I thought we were talking about
Oh, I
this here.
thought you were saying you wanted something in the
Back
bylaws.
and forth between these two
But I was
documents.
gonna say, to your point, there is under additional duties in here,
We may designate, people to 2 or more commissioners. Are you on G? There's, under duties, 3-1.
I can put tasks under new business each meeting, that way if we have any new tasks that need to be done, we
That
can
would-
fall under that.
Yeah,
And then that would,
that would be
yeah,
reports.
because then we don't have to rewrite that either to add it in. It can just be a subcategory of any of them.
But sometimes you may not have you don't have to have all of these. Do you? Because sometimes you may not have old business or new business.
Both business if needed.
So it doesn't
Executive
say,
session if needed
Yeah.
is in here.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
yeah, I only for old business what we talked about last time, if we need to refresh anything, and then if we didn't talk about it again, then we'll just remove it.
Yeah, the thing is, we have correspondence usually in the agenda, which I have no issue with, because sometimes there's correspondence you may want to mention, but if we're going according to the way it's laid out here in the bylaws, it doesn't mention correspondence in any.
3 pages and there's so much, really, and just 3 pages, the bylaws are 2.5 pages, covers a lot.
Yeah, and like I said, we don't have to go over everything
Yeah.
tonight and come up with a final draft tonight, but, let's revisit this at the next meeting.
Yeah, so I'll send the edits we talked about today.
Yeah.
I'll email it to everyone for the next month meeting, and then we can continue to go through it, so you want to accept it.
Okay. Very good. All right, so now moving on to correspondence.
The only thing is just everyone, I handed
Oh,
out
yeah.
the flyer for the
Yeah.
ribbon cutting for Marie's Fitness.
I do plan to do that.
Perfect. She's very excited. She's going to have light refreshments there. She's doing a whole week of events if anyone wants to attend any of them. It is posted on our Facebook now and on hers. They are celebrating 24 years in business. So we're very happy for her. The Chamber of Commerce will be there for Eastern Connecticut, and we'll invite PBA, and then Kevin and I will be there.
Yep.
And you guys are all welcome to join. I'll send a reminder as it gets closer to.
Anything else? Members? No? If not, motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay,